Hey, what's going on YouTube? I just wanted to do a more of a conversation about the Vita. Um, Sony basically promised that on day one of launch that PS1 classics and PSP games will still be available to download right onto the Vita on day one of launch. That was probably a month before launch when they said that. It was 2 or 3 days before the actual launch of the Vita that they said that it would be soon after the launch of the Vita. That they would be releasing PS1 classics and PSP classics or PSP games, whatever you want to call it. And they kind of half-ass came through with the PSP games. Saying that there's only a certain selection of PSP games that will work right now for the Vita, which that was a complete lie because almost 90% of the PSP games on the PlayStation Network does work. You just have to download it on your PS3 and then move it over to your Vita in order for it to work. There's only like a small handful that doesn't actually work. My main argument is that I'm tired. Sony does this shit all the freaking time where they promise things and they never come through, and how long is it going to be? It's already been like a month and a half to 2 months from launch. Maybe not 2 months, but either way, it's been long enough, and they said they said soon after the launch they will have it, and it's already been at least about a month and a half, and don't get me wrong, I understand that. I understand the fact that, you don't buy a Vita to play old PSP games and PS1 classics, you buy it to play, and I would completely agree with that statement, other than the fact that if they didn't make that promise, then I wouldn't be bitching about it. It's the fact that they promised that I would be able to play my games that I have paid for on my account. I've got at least like $200, $300 worth of PSP games and PS1 classics that I could put on here right now that I can't, and there's still like 1 or 2 PSP games that I can't put on here just yet, but that's no big deal. I got most of my PSP games on here. I think Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops is one of them. But like I said, if they didn't promise that, if they actually was honest saying, yeah, it's probably going to be a couple months before we release PS1 classics, then I wouldn't be making this video right now and I wouldn't be bitching about it. But it's the fact that Sony does this shit all the freaking time, saying that, oh, like, for instance, another thing they said that they were going to have on here on launch was the Skype app and the YouTube app. Still is not on there, it's just, it's gotten so frustrating. You go on the PlayStation blog, and every single time they put up something new, it could be about Uncharted, and there'll be a whole bunch of people bombarding the comments saying, hey, when's the PS1 classics coming to the Vita? When's, the YouTube app? And they don't give any answers back, They, but, but, yeah. It's just, it's really frustrating, like I said, if they didn't promise this, I wouldn't be bitching about it, and if they said it was going to be a while after the PS1, after launch, that the PS1 Classic would come out, then I'd be like, okay, well, at least they're honest about this. But that's my main argument, is Sony is never honest about what they're doing, and they always leave their customers in the dark. So I'm going to leave this as more along the lines as a PS Vita comment channel, this video. So, put your 2 cents in about this whole situation when it comes to the comments below. Like I said, I love the Vita. I think the Vita was a great idea. All its features, it's freaking awesome. I love it. You know, I just think it could be a hell of a lot better if all the features were on it and ready to go. It just feels like my Vita is very limited right now, and that's what I'm having a problem with. So, comment, tell me what you think. Give me your 2 cents. Don't feel free to start a conversation in the comments. All right, see you later, YouTubers.